Hi, I'm Erica. Welcome to my channel. Do that YouTube stuff down below and let's get started. So today I want to go over with you my anti-haul list for February 2018. If you're not familiar with an anti-haul, it's basically a list of items that I will not be buying. This kind of video was created by Kimberly Clark, just to remind us all that we don't need everything that launches and not everything is going to add value to our collection. So the first thing I want to talk about is the JCat Beauty Freedom Lip Creator Palette. This is almost exactly the same as the Anastasia Beverly Hills one that came out last year. It's colors wise, it's very similar. There's a yellow in there and a blue in there. And much like that one, there's no reason to buy it. I am not reaching to grab a little palette and go on my lips. Not happening. I don't need a blue color. I don't need a yellow color. If you need those colors, go for it. But there's absolutely no reason that I would ever put a yellow lipstick on my mouth unless it was Halloween. So no, that's a pass for me. Even at $16, no. Next, I want to talk about the Almay and Butter London. They both recently released a jelly highlight. Almay is called the Make Them Jelly Highlight, and the Butter London is Glazing Face Glow. Now, I gotta give my props to Almay. I feel like they have been trying the last year to really start keeping up with trends, whereas before they were kind of, you know, not even your mother's makeup, but your grandmother's makeup. It was boring. It was very, very boring makeup. But I don't need a jelly highlighter. I have some putty highlighters that I enjoy, but I do not need a jelly highlighter. It's not in the cards for me. Next is from Too Faced, and it's the La Creme Mystical Effects Lipstick for $22. This is kind of in line with their whole Unicorn Tears lipstick. I just don't need it. I talked about in my video with the NYX lipsticks that I own a purple lipstick that's kind of similar to the Unicorn Tears. It's not exactly the same, but I wore it for a while last summer, but now it doesn't look right on with my skin tone. And it's not something that you can wear every day. You're not going out every day wearing a purple lipstick. You know, you're just not going to do it. So $22 for a lipstick that's special occasion or, you know, going out on a Friday night, it's just not necessary. It's just not necessary. It's not a necessary part of my collection, and it's probably not a necessary part of yours. Next, because I wanted to throw some drugstore stuff in here too that just kind of had me going, okay. Essence had a huge launch this week of new items, and they came out with a silly sponge. I thought we were over this. I thought we were done, but apparently not. So I will not be buying the Essence silly sponge, just like I didn't buy anybody else's silly sponge. I own silly sponges. I was born with them. That's all there is to say about that. Essence also released the Make Me Matte Lip Top Coat. So I owned products like this like in high school before, you know, the matte lip craze and the long-lasting liquid lipsticks. You know, this is what we had to use. And I remember the one I had, and it burned my lips, and it made my lipstick last until it fell apart and crumbled and was messy, and or it went like this, and it just. So yeah, no, absolutely not. It's maybe 15, 20 years ago, it was something that we needed, but for every color they make now, they make a matte formula for it. So if you wanted the matte, just buy the matte. There's no reason to buy another product on top of another product. Just, no. Next one, oh my god, I actually just hit my head, and that's really how I felt when I saw this, is the Morphe 35T Dope Taupe Eyeshadow Palette. Oh my god, it's so boring, I wanted to cry. Like, I don't know, that's one problem I have with Morphe. I don't own any Morphe palettes, And that's the biggest reason. There have been a few along the line that I've seen. I'm like, oh, you know, maybe I'll pick that up. But I never ended up doing it because, you know, one, you know, it was either, you know, like a holiday palette or a special edition like the Jaclyn Hill. But I've also never had the opportunity to swatch any of their palettes. And even though I hear that they're very good, I just haven't had the opportunity. And, you know, every time that they do, you know, I think about it, it just kind of ends up flying out of my head because they release palettes like this that are just so boring that they just make me want to cry. So the Dope Taupe is a definite pass. Now, if you need 35 brown shades in your collection, you go for it. But I can't imagine. Just can't. Nope. If you are interested in trying a Morphe palette, as I am, they also just released the 9C Jewel Crew eyeshadow palette. It's only 9 shades, and there's some browns in there, but there's also some pinks and some shimmers. And if they have this in store, I might pick it up. If I can go in and swatch it and take a good look at it, I may pick it up. It's only $12, so it's not too bad. And I do have one of the Ultas near me that recently became, you know, and also sells Morphe in the stores. And I say it's close, and it really is. I mean, it's maybe 20 minutes from my house, but that's 20 minutes in the summer, not when there's 5 feet of snow outside my window. And so, yeah, maybe in a few months when things calm down a bit. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to the mall next weekend because I'm taking my daughter to Build-A-Bear. So maybe when I'm out there that day, maybe we'll swing in real quick. But yeah, but what I'm more excited about, if you're really looking for a eyeshadow palette, BH Cosmetics just released the Take Me Back to Brazil. It's a 35 color pressed pigment palette for $16. And I actually might go out and get this one tomorrow. It's called, like I said, it's called Take Me Back to Brazil, and it looks like Mardi Gras threw up on this palette. It's 35 colors of pinks and blues and greens and yellows and oranges, and it is gorgeous. And for $16 plus you throw in your Ulta $3.50 off $15 purchase, it's a steal. And they're pressed pigments, so they should have a really high impact. If you remember the whole subculture debacle, it was because those were supposed to be pressed pigments, but I don't mind fallout, and as long as they blend okay for $16, I mean, I'm willing to make it work. $42, I was not gonna make it work, but for $16 minus $3.50, yeah, I'll make it work because it is gorgeous. And then they do have 3 larger pans of like a cream white, a white, and a black. Next, the Too Faced White Peach Eyeshadow Palette, Peaches and Cream Collection for $45. No! Too Faced just needs to slow it down. Maybe it's my imagination, but I feel like they are coming out with new palettes every other week. And I just feel like they haven't had a hit in a while. They're boring. They're just getting pretty boring. I mean, they're not, you know, 35 colors of taupe boring, but I just looked at it and there's nothing here that's going to add value to my collection. It's nothing that I need, especially at $45. Felt the same way about the Becca Ocean Jewels eyeshadow palette. It's just more of the same. I have that. Let's move on. It's the same setup as the one that they had for their holiday collection. The colors may be a little bit better than the holiday collection one, but no, not gonna do it. The next is the Urban Decay Disco Queen Holographic Highlighting Powder. It is a purple highlighter for $30. If you saw the My Daughter Does My Makeup video, we used this, the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Powder in Lilac 2 Reality. I love purple highlighters. I also own the Moonchild palette, so I am not afraid of colored highlights. But I've owned this now for nearly a year, and I mean, it looks like I've barely touched it, and I've used this actually quite a bit, but there's just, I don't need another purple highlighter. This is pretty. I love this. But I don't need to spend $30 on a purple highlight. And yeah, that's about the long and short of it. $30 on a highlight that you really can't use on a daily basis. That's, again, just going to be for weekends and festivals and what have you. No, not going to happen. The Hourglass Vanish Flash Highlighting Stick for $42. It's gorgeous. It really is. But $42 for... not $42. No. I own plenty of highlights, and I'm actually really trying to slow down on the highlights. You know, every time I see a new one, I go, and we don't, you know, but we just really need to stop and think, do I own this color already? What value is this going to add to it? And yeah, is it necessary? And you're gonna find a lot of times the answer to that question is nope, because you own it in this color or that. And it's not, I don't know what else to say. Highlighter is life. I know a lot of people don't feel that way, but there's actually a scientific reasoning behind this, and it's because our bodies crave water, and water is shiny. So when we see shiny things, we think that those things are going to keep us alive and that we need them. This is a real thing. So we see shiny highlighters and we go, woo! But we don't need them. We really don't. Maybe you're not like me and haven't, you know, spent the last year buying every highlighter that came out, and you're trying to slow down now. And if that's the case, yeah, sure, go for it. I would say it's a gorgeous highlight. It works well, you know, but if you are like me and you already own 50 highlighters, you don't need it. That being said, the Cover FX Glitter Drops. Now, glitter is obviously not a highlighter. It's kind of like its own little thing. But I can't pull the trigger on this item yet. I am considering buying it. It's a maybe for me, but I almost bought it today, and then I backed off from it. And it might be something that I buy in the summer, because, you know, in the summer it's going to look gorgeous, you know, all blinged out in the sunlight. But right now, trapped inside in the gray and the dark, I know I just don't need it right now. So maybe this summer, but right now it's a definite pass. Now, here are some things that I definitely am considering buying that I feel like are going to add value to my collection. The first one is the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette that releases on February 10th. I think I'm definitely going to try to get my hand on this. When I first saw it, and this is how I feel with a lot of his products, I expect more. And what I mean by that is that he is so outrageous that I just expect his makeup to be like that. But I know that, you know, he can't sell, you know, just black and neon pink highlighters. No, nobody but me maybe would buy it. You know, you have to have those neutrals in there. You have to, you know, have, you know, colors that people are gonna buy. But like especially like with his Manny highlighter, before the reveal, I was like, that thing had better be holographic, and it better be real hollow, and it had better blow my mind. And they opened it up, and it was a pink highlighter, and I went, okay. And I didn't buy it. And that's how I kind of felt when he first revealed the Blood Sugar palette. I was like, well, that's kind of disappointing. But then, you know, I broke it down, and this is what you should always do. You should look at it as a whole first, and, you know, gauge from that, but then go color by color by color and say, do I have this color in my collection? Do I have this color in my collection? Do I have this color in my collection? And if the majority of the answer is no, I don't own this color, or I would like to own this color, then go for it, you know, as long as, you know, the point is comfortable for you. So I think I'm definitely gonna be trying to get my hands on that this weekend. The other one I'm considering buying, which comes out February 14th, I believe, is the Kat Von D Divine palette. I looked at, when I first saw this, I was like, oh my god, I need that. That's gorgeous. And then I looked at it color by color by color, and I don't feel like it's going to add as much value to my collection. There's a black and a white in it. I own black and white eyeshadows. There's a gorgeous green color in there, but if I end up buying the Take Me Back to Brazil palette, there's going to be that green and blue in there. So I don't know. I'm going to wait and see because I haven't seen a price point on this yet. I was looking today and I just could not find one. So if I find a price point, if I find the price point comfortable for 7 eyeshadows, I might pick it up, but we'll just have to see. And then lastly, Benefit Cosmetics Bad Gal Bang Volumizing Mascara. Bigger Batter Volumizing Mascara for $42. So, you know, they just got off the Benefit trip, all the influencers, and I'm just, it's a hyped up product right now, and I try not to buy products that are, you know, being totally hyped up. You know, obviously I just said I was going to be buying an eyeshadow palette that's probably going to sell out in 30 seconds, but I own 5 mascaras right now and I love each and every one of them. My cat came to visit. You know how that is. If you own a cat, you know how that is. So I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Okay, so I don't need another mascara right now. I just don't. I own 5 that I'm working my way through, and, you know, maybe once another 2 or 3 or 4 of them dries out, I might consider picking it up. It really does look like it works, but I want to wait till the hype dies off and see if people are still talking about it, and if once, you know, people get it in their hands and review it, if it's still good. I went into Ulta the other day and they had their Bang Bang headbands on, and it's just, I can wait. For $42, the mini one is $12, and honestly, when I pick it up, I'll end up picking up the mini one. I can wait. I don't need it right now. Maybe down the line, but right now, I've got mascara. I'm good. So that's all I have for you today. I will see you tomorrow, and have a great night. Bye.